Previously, on keeping up with the Kenya Kwanza government.
What is Ruto doing? What Ruto is trying to do is trying to gamble and return Kikuyus.
Is President William Ruto still afraid of visiting the Mount Kenyan region?
Alikuwa anasema ngoje kidogo kwa sababu watu wamekasirika ati hasira iende chini. Inaenda chini ama inapanda?
For months now, President Ruto has treated the Mount Kenyan region like a jilted ex, dodging its calls, ignoring its text, and definitely not dropping by unannounced.
Sasa wanajaribu kutupatia lecture huko msituni. Wewe ambaye some incompetent people who were removed because of incompetence and because of corruption and because of theft and because of ethnicity and negative personal things, you want to give us lectures on how Kenya should go where? Hakuna nafasi ya watu kama hawa, ama mnasemaje watu wa Busia?
Sasa kama serikali ni wizi tupu, sasa what is there to defend?
Ever since his very public political breakup with former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, the once welcoming slopes of the Mount Kenya have grown icy cold. And the message from the locals, don't come knocking if you are not ready for a showdown. But after months of playing peekaboo with his biggest 2022 vote basket, the president may finally be lacing up his boots for a return trip up the hill. A recent closed-door strategy session at State House saw Ruto huddled with Mount Kenyan loyalists for hours. Yes, for hours, trying to piece together a blueprint to reclaim the region that once cheered him on with roaring rallies and roadside chapatis.
Yes. Yeah. And please. Tuko pamoja bwana.
Among the hot topics, development or the lack thereof, lingering feelings of betrayal, and of course, the shadowy specter of one Rigathi Gachagua, now rebranded as the mountain's self-styled defender-in-chief.
Niongee nisiongee. Niongee nisiongee.
Sources whisper that President Ruto hopes his upcoming Mount Kenya charm offensive will not only highlight his administration's visible development, but also put a lead on Gachagua's growing chorus of incitement.
Hiyo pesa iko na damu kwa sababu ndio iliuzwa vijana wetu wa Gen Z wamekufa. Hii pesa ni ile iginunua madawa kwa hospitali. Ndio imejazwa pale Karen na Ikulu na magunia. Ati watu ya mlima wapewe ndio mpiduke. Mnaweza piduka? Lakini pesa kwa sababu inaweza saidia. Ile tu I want to caution you as my people. Besha isho ndugashie tukanyana ciaku. Nzo igwithania. Na ndukana gure mahiu utukania.
But the big question remains, can the president really turn the tide, or has the Mount Kenyan region moved on?
Desperate people behave desperately. This mountain is gone. We understand how bitter he is, how frustrated he is. We can't help him. He's the one who messed himself up. He betrayed the region. He deceived the region. He touched the mountain. Those are problems of his own creation.
Let's not forget that the last time President Ruto dared venture into these chilly political terrains in November last year in Embu, it ended in disaster. The crowd didn't just boo. They heckled, shouted, and sent a very loud, very clear message. We are not buying what you are selling.
Katika mambo ya matibabu, jana tumezungumza mambo ya matibabu ya universal health coverage.
Since then, the president hasn't traveled beyond Githurai, leave alone Kiambu County, only sending his surrogates instead. However, his battalion have also been met with jeers, rejected speeches, and in some cases, public tongue lashings that would make a street preacher blush.
Okay.
Tidero twe mura
Waria de Guaria Waria de Guaria
Tahana tariange
Waria de Guaria
Je sonere ore tuarea
The attempt attempts to scold the region into obedience have only fueled the fire.
Na hata kama kuna mahali serikali imekosea, tutawakosoa na tutawaambia ni shida, kama ni shida yake iko wapi.
And through it all, Gachagua has kept the heat on rallying the troops and stoking the anger and warning President Ruto that a return might come with more humiliation than heroes welcome.
Amesema atakuja hapa mlimani mwaka ujao. Alikuwa anasema ngoje kidogo kwa sababu watu wamekasirika, ati hasira iende chini. Inaenda chini ama inapanda? Sasa alikuwa amesema Januari, sasa amesema atakuja mwezi wa 3, ati hasira iteremu. Rais, wacha nikushauri, usingojee hasira iteremuke, inapanda. Kwa hivyo kama unaogopa hasira hutakuja, so wewe kuja na usikae, si ndio?
So now, as the president prepares for his high-stakes return to Mount Kenya, all eyes are on whether the former golden boy of the region can win back its heart, or if he's walking into yet another ambush dressed up as a homecoming.
What is Ruto doing? All what Ruto is trying to do is trying to gamble and return Kikuyus. He would rather lose the Luos but not lose the Kikuyus.
Ndura Waruinge claims to know what's waiting for the president beyond Githurai. If he is right, President Ruto's long-awaited visit could be either a triumphant redemption or a political mountaineering without a safety rope.
Angle, we get now into the physical, that political angle. What is Ruto doing? All what Ruto is trying to do is trying to gamble and return Kikuyus. He would rather lose the Luos but not lose the Kikuyus. Kikuyus are the people that have the muscle,
the manpower.
The manpower.
Yeah.
They have the number and they have the manpower. He is speaking on Kafogo because he thinks Kafogo is a kingmaker. He is speaking on Lee because he believes Lee is also a kingmaker. He is speaking on Uhuru because he thinks Uhuru is a kingmaker. Of course, Uhuru became, when the blood was shed, as I told you, he came up. After the blood of Gen Z, Uhuru became so popular all of a sudden because of that blood. But now, as from this week going on, the Uhuru will be most unpopular person in the Kikuyu land. If Uhuru dares, because they are planning to have a meeting, could be in Sagana State Lodge, and then Uhuru will be there, Kindiki will be there. He will be endorsing Kindiki to become now the spokesman of
the
gamer community at the expense, because they think now this guy called Gachagua has taken over the ground. In fact, Gachagua has taken over the ground. Now they want to snatch it because it is not from the hands of the Kenyatta family. Now they want to create their own. Because Kenyatta family believes it is them who will say who to become, when to become, and how to become. So because Gachagua did not come from them, and Gachagua knows them because he used to work for them, they are not comfortable. They would rather work with Ruto than work with Gachagua. And because they are seeing the ground is really on his side, what they are trying is to try to deflate the Gachagua by kutoboa tairi. Ndio Gachagua arudi chini kidogo. That's why they want to go to Sagana State Lodge, because it is in Madera constituency, the home constituency
for
Gachagua. So mainly is to come to disenfranchise the whole system. That is now being organized by the Uhuru group. The elite group, the Uhuru and Kenyatta. That's now they have now agreed to work with Ruto to first deal with this common enemy. Then watarudi kupambana baadaye. That is number one. And for them, they are ready to lose the Luos because they know even when Raila has been on top of everything, Luos have never voted 60%. They have never voted 60%, but the Kikuyus go up to 90%. So he would rather lose them and regain the Kikuyus. By now, trying to make Kikuyus so happy. But one thing I want to tell you, Kikuyus are funny characters. If they have hated you, they have hated you. Whatever you do. Right now, Uhuru Right now, as you're talking to us, January, as we get to January, he will be the most unpopular person. He will even be forced to close some of their business. They will be able to close some of their businesses because of the pressure that will mount. And if they dare go to Sagana, Kikuyus will walk to Sagana. Kikuyus will walk for the first time.
To protest against?
Not to protest, to chase them out or to even lynch them.
The
Sagana will be attacked, will be invaded by thousands and thousands of Kikuyus from all over. Because what they don't want, it is Ruto. They have said Ruto has to go.